Hello Internet, welcome back to another edition of Eric's Corner with the word to the not so wise. Today I'm going to go over the gender wage gap fallacy. I really wish people would do literally like 2 minutes of Googling before they go on these social injustice crusades and actually get some facts and information. Kaepernick with his kneeling and his bullshit, like, dude, we're getting shot by cops. Well, you grew up adopted by a rich white family, and you're statistically more likely to get shot unarmed by a cop if you're an unarmed white guy. So, and then this Megan chick does this kneeling bullshit. Well, I'm not making as much. And even Ronda Rousey said, well, of course not, because not as many people watch us. And of course, this is Ronda Rousey, like the top paid boxer, MMA fighter in the entire industry. Which is great. And she's like, well, I'm not bringing in as much money. And they found out that they actually get a higher ratio of earnings. So for the work you do, you are getting paid more. Hillary Clinton, vote for me because I'm a woman. I have a vagina, therefore I have your best interest at heart. And she definitely doesn't. Good God, that woman, I just wish she would go away. But she won't. First lady, as a senator, as a goddamn Secretary of State, she just would not go away. Again, take your protest off the field. It's just not the time or place. You're causing more drama and bullshit than it's worth. Again, Riley Gaines, do as she did, and she is actually a victim of sexual assault. And I'm hearing crickets from you, the media. Why is this not being covered and hammered in? This feminism movement seems to be, it cherry picks. It's very selective of what they want. Like, Chief Justice Bennett, like, she's just a sellout and blah, 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 all this, but she was sharp versus AOC is somehow brilliant. And they're making less. Well, are they making less or getting paid less? Because there's a difference. A guy and a girl are both getting $25 an hour. She makes less at the end of the year after, a calendar year after, she makes $20,000 less. And it's like, she leaves early every Friday. She takes long lunches every day. She takes 5-7 more weeks off. Of course it's going to be less. Like, what is your point? You can't just pay people based on their demographic and how much they need to get by. You can't pay a 25-year-old cashier with 7 kids $90 an hour because that's what they need to scrape by. I do feel we have a disconnect between what corporations are ending with at the end of the year. The oil companies, we're talking, $50 billion profit margin. Now, it takes a lot of money to discover new oil, research and development. It takes a lot of money. They need a lot of cash on hand. They have an obligation to their shareholders. They need this cash in the bank so when everybody sells, they can pay their own money out, and the government doesn't have to come and subsidize the stock crash. Which I think that's how that works. I might be totally wrong there. Nobody has yet to explain that to me, how it works correctly. I get my brother-in-law, really sharp guy. I go to him for advice on a lot of things. And he's like, well, the money comes from other people buying. But yeah, but when nobody is buying, where is the money coming from? Again, I'm not saying the cashier should be making all this money, but if you're a cashier for 15, 20 years, let's just say that's what you want to do. You like it. By all means. I'm not putting you down there. That's fine. They are going to be better and faster at their job, but you need to give them incentive to be better and faster. Just like a carpenter or a sheetrocker. My boss is always on me. Hey, we can do this a lot faster. Yes, I can, and we're working on it. I will get faster, but without this incentive, if you're paying me by the board foot, okay, it's going to be a different story. But I cannot work at a balls out breakneck speed. If I worked as fast as I could for a day, I wouldn't be able to get out of bed the next day. It's painful. I screwed up my back and I got a blown out knee, a blown out shoulder. I'm sorry, enough with the bitching. Didn't mean to complain there, but I think with the profit margins that the corporations have, they can do better, but it's supply and demand. They have an unlimited resource of people that can work for $8, $10, $12 an hour, so why would they raise the wages after this COVID scamdemic? They all of a sudden have all this money to pay us, and the cost of food it's gone up because of inflation. I mean, we've got hyperinflation. I mean, it's just completely out of control. They say it's at 7%. At 7%, things will double in 10 years. I've seen things double in the last 3 years. As an adult who buys groceries and has children, have watched the cost of things triple in only 3 years. So let's do some math. I mean, if things double in only 3 years, that's not 7%. That's like 40%, if you ask me, because things haven't doubled in 3 years. They've tripled in 3 years. So 21% would be in doubling in 10 years. So doing it in a third the time, by my calculations, is like 40-something%. So anyway, sorry, back to the point. The gender wage gap. Well, I mean, you guys don't even know what gender you are anymore. Is that why men are trying to become women, because they have it so much easier? That's just simply not a fact. I recently started work for a new employer doing construction, and if I showed up wearing a skirt and high heels, he would have been like, well, I mean, can you do carpentry? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I've got this good application. I know what I'm doing. I got the tools. Okay, can you go to work right now? And I told him, yeah. I had my work boots on and my Carhartt pants. I only brought a tool belt because I wasn't really expecting to go to work. I thought we were supposed to do an orientation, and plans changed. Shocking. And I got my stuff. I'll go back to the truck, and then I come back in high heels and a skirt still. It's like, well, where's your work boots and your, your fire retardant pants? Well, it's my right to be who I am. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Just dress for the job you want, not the job you have. Show up like you're ready to go to work. Just enough with this bullshit. We're all tired of it. Employers are tired of it. You want more money, but you don't want to act the part and make the employer money. I mean, you know what I mean? One hand washes the other here. You got to be... I mean, you haven't taken the risk. You haven't invested the money. You don't have as much at stake as the guy who owns and runs the company. I mean, my boss, he works 20 hours a day, and he's always around. He's supervising 10 different projects. He should make more. He's knowledgeable. He's teaching me how to make money, make him money. I'm doing side jobs that makes money. And I mean, he knows I am. I was actually working for one of my supervisors yesterday, and that was just a quick, short, 3.5 hour gig or whatever. Need help with something, but it pays well. So, figure out what you're doing before these social injustice crusades, because it's just annoying. And then you bring it to work. Oh, I'm going to kneel for the national anthem. Oh, let me put my fist up. Wow, yeah, you're so amazing and brave and empowered. And this girl in the Navy did that down in Pensacola. It's like, well, I hope you get thrown out with a bad discharge. Okay, you're a girl. I'm pretty sure she was a lesbian. Just going off of the haircut. She's black. Okay, so you're already got priority enlistment for being a girl. You got priority enlistment for being black. I'm sure the Navy knows that you're gay, and you're getting kudos for that also. And, well, I'm going to sit for the national anthem, hold my fist up, and bring the bullshit to work. And, like my boy Tupac said, only God can judge me. Like, all right, well, whatever. You need to go away. I mean, the military is not the place for social injustice. And, well, I mean, it is. It's what they've made of it. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. Enough of the bullshit. We're all tired of it. It's going nowhere, and the government is oppressing you, but it's doing it differently than the way you think it is. It's oppressing you by keeping us against each other and keeping us bickering with each other, and it's been done very successfully. So don't buy into it. Don't take anything at face value. Get some goddamn information. Ask a couple of people before you do anything. So, again, bang on your keyboard, tell me why I'm wrong, and then I don't have any actual facts or any research. Well, I'm going off the same goddamn information you are. So, whatever. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Hope to see you again. We'll see you soon. Have a good day.